Test 1 2 3. Can you hear me? Hello world. My second broadcast. Just testing things out. Just watching some stuff. Random stuff. Does the sound alright? I feel like the sound isn't alright. Streamlabs is okay. I think I prefer OBS.
with an Italian-named company. But after watching the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre in Beijing, he felt he had to do something more. He founded the pro-democracy newspaper Apple Daily in 1995 and was on the front lines of the Hong Kong democracy protests as China repeatedly tried to take away Hong Kong's freedoms. After the UK gave Hong Kong to China in 1997, the CCP promised that for 50 years Hong Kong would largely remain independent. It was a one-country, two-systems model. Communism in the mainland, while Hong Kong had Western freedoms. But having a highly successful beacon of freedom on its coast went against the CCP narrative that communism was the reason for all of China's triumphs. So in June 2020, Beijing imposed a national security law on Hong Kong that essentially made Hong Kong just another Chinese province. Which is shocking that it took China 23 years to pull something like this. Most people thought they would have only made it 5 years, tops, before they went power tripping. Shortly after that law was passed, a lot of Hong Kong democracy activists fled. However, Jimmy Lai stayed. He told the Associated Press, "If I leave, not only do I disgrace myself, I discredit Apple Daily. I'd undermine the solidarity of the democratic movement." It's wild to see a wealthy businessman with so much integrity. This would be like seeing Jeff Bezos protesting for longer or any bathroom breaks. Not long after he said that, Apple Daily was raided twice, and Jimmy Lai was arrested.
A top aide said Lai is being held over suspected collusion with foreign forces under the controversial national security law imposed by Beijing in June. He's one of 7 people police said they arrested during raids on Monday.
In 2021, Apple Daily's assets were frozen and it was forced to shut down. Other pro-democracy media like Stand News and Citizen News were also closed down. As of 2021, the Committee to Protect Journalists said 8 Hong Kong journalists had been imprisoned under the national security law. You know how they say the pen is mightier than the sword? The CCP sees that as a literal threat. Watch out, he has a pen, grab him. Since then, 6 Apple Daily staff have pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit collusion with foreign forces to endanger national security. The government claims that Apple Daily's calls for the international community to punish China and Hong Kong over the national security law showed it was colluding with foreign forces, which just goes to show how vague the definition for national security is under the law. The other Apple Daily staff will be sentenced after Jimmy Lai, who China says was the mastermind behind the collusion plot. That's just one reason why this trial is so significant. I'll tell you more after the break. Welcome back. Jimmy Lai has been held in a maximum security prison in solitary confinement for 3.5 years. Of course, all the people who suffered under China's zero-COVID policy hear that and think, same. In December of 2020, Lai was charged with a lease violation that, under normal circumstances, would have been considered a civil case. However, the case was tried in criminal court, and he was given 5 years and 9 months behind bars, as well as a $257,000 fine. Yes, you heard that right. That was for a lease violation. Even Singapore hears that and goes, geez, even our punishments aren't that severe. About a week after that, he was charged with violating the national security law and denied bail. In April of 2021, he was sentenced to another 14 months for taking part in 2 2019 pro-democracy demonstrations. About a month later, he was given another 14 months in prison for organizing a different 2019 illegal protest. I'm surprised they didn't throw in another 14 months for not sorting his recycling. According to Reuters, his bankers were also threatened with jail time if they helped him move his money around. So now, after being behind bars for 3.5 years, Jimmy Lai, now 76, is facing his biggest trial yet for 3 counts of colluding with foreign forces and 1 charge of sedition. The trial began last week and is expected to last at least 80 days. Lai has dual citizenship with the UK, so it's being watched very closely around the world. The UK government said its consulate there has tried repeatedly to get access to him, but that the prisons haven't allowed it. One UK official said this is because China considers anyone of Chinese heritage born in China to be a Chinese national. Yes, China sees all Chinese people like pandas. No matter where they go, they always belong to China. And as Lai shows, they also enjoy keeping them in cages for most of their lives. There's a 100% conviction rate for national security cases in Hong Kong. So if the past is prologue, he's going to be convicted. The question now is just how much more time he'll have to serve. Under the national security law, you can be imprisoned for life. And given what a high-profile activist he was, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens. Already his trial has gotten off to a rocky start. Last November, he tried to hire UK lawyer Timothy Owen as his defense. Hong Kong's highest court agreed, but the Hong Kong government overruled that, saying it was a national security issue to have a foreigner work on a national security case. Jimmy Lai appealed the government's decision but lost. After his case, the Hong Kong legislature made it illegal for foreign lawyers to work on any cases related to national security.
Hello. Can somebody hear me? This should be it, yeah. Yeah, this should be it. Alright, so that's a stereo mix. Yeah, okay, yeah, now it works. Okay, it works. Let's see if this works. Aló, aló. Okay. Now let's try again.
But from sight, get you automatically into the wind. That Trump train is coming.
Right. Now it's working. Şöyleydi. Şey. Alright, I'm gonna end this now. It's a total failure. I'm gonna retry it with OBS.